Maybe we can be a little bit practical as well and give some information for our listeners. Are there any opportunities that you are seeing right now on the market that are really, really worth hopping into, something that you haven't seen before, and maybe this situation has brought some interesting deals to the table?
Current opportunities in market, I am looking at it, and I'm honestly advising to my regular investors, look for a right deal which were the projects were sold, let's say in 2024, 2023. That is the time in 2023, 2024, whatever the tier 1 developers, villas, townhouses, they have sold it, their OPs, I would say original price, were really interesting. That original price you cannot get it today. So if you get a good deal with on the okay, so if you can get a deal on 2023 2024 launch project, with even if you have to pay a little bit premium, I think it's a good opportunity at this time to enter in, because at that time, giving an example, if somebody has bought a townhouse for 2 million, today the similar townhouses were launching at 3 million. So if that townhouse 2 million OP, if you're buying it for 2.4, it's still a good buy versus the new launches of 3 million.
And what do you suggest that is the right thing to go into? Because we talked about townhouses and villas, but is it off plan or is it secondary? Like, where can you find the better deals right now, to your opinion?
For sure, you will buy if the right opportunity available in the market is in resale. If you are a person who has cash in your pocket, you are sitting on a good cash, there are deals in secondary market available. You can look for villas, townhouses in tier 1 developer. Do not expect 20% below the price. Even if you get original price unit which was launched in 2024, that's a right buy for you.
And can you maybe give us examples of like certain deals of developers? It can be T1, it can be different, that maybe are, came across this time and now very interesting.
To give an example, what I'm currently working on. So I sold last year, February, to one of my investor, one townhouses. I will not call the community name. I got him the unit for 2,050,000. The original price of that particular unit was 1.8 million. Of course, he bought it in 2022. We entered at 2,050,000 last year. Late last year, December, January, earlier this year, I was selling this unit for 2.8 million. I was telling the investor, sell it. You have made good 700,000-800,000 in a year's time, which is very good returns. He were not exiting. Now, after the war started, the prices started dropping down. That 2.8 has gone to 2.5. Even 2.4, you might get some deals. So now this guy wants to sell, and I'm telling him, no, you cannot get 2.8. So if somebody enters in that particular project or similar project at 2.4, 2.5, I'm telling you, he will cross 3.1 million, because the ready properties of that particular type were selling at 3.1. So entering at 2.5 now, and in a year's time, if you exit at 3.1, it's a 600,000, 700,000 of premium, which you cannot make so easily.
Yeah, definitely. And on that note, I wanted to understand from your perspective, how long do you think it's going to last? Like, I'm not talking about the war. We don't know that. We leave it to someone else who knows. But the distress window, let's say, or the good deals window, or the drops in the market kind of window, how long do you think it's gonna last?
See, I think it's going to be over in next couple of months. I would say 3 to 4 months. This time will be over. It's a time because we all see that the situation has already started getting better. Dubai government is doing quite well. They have intercepted 97% of missiles. They were saying we are safe. Now they have proven we are safe. 97% of missile interception is not a joke. Let's be honest. Now, the more time will come, you will see we will not get these alerts. There will be missiles will be over, UAE will be out of it. The moment we are out of this situation, it will take 1 or 2 months, and then we are out of this distress timing.
And you mentioned COVID. Let's mention that for a second, because you've been here after COVID and you saw what happened to Dubai real estate after COVID. Tell us a little bit about that, because that will maybe inspire people to understand what kind of a price boom is going to happen after this thing will ever.
I personally invested in COVID time because I knew market will jump. And exactly that's what happened. I made 3x of my investment, the investment I did during the COVID time. So the moment COVID was over, not around the world, but Dubai was out of it. Some people were scared, some people were investing, but the people who invested at that time, they have literally made 3x of their investments. And it jumped suddenly. The market jumped suddenly to a level that people were not able to get the units. The launches were coming. Developer is coming up with 200 units. There were 1,000 buyers to stand, and they were waiting for the unit to get, and that appreciated the prices. That increased the value.
And that maybe brought us to where we are today in Dubai real estate. Because, by the way, not in Dubai, not only in Dubai, but in many parts of the world, because it's been a global crisis. But that maybe led Dubai to where it is right now. The boom that it had right after COVID, with the tourists that came in, with the record breaking in tourists, record breaking in new properties. We've seen the last couple of years in Dubai. So maybe that thing will lead Dubai where it is right now. Maybe this crisis will lead Dubai to the next boom of it.
I agree with you. I think we will come back more stronger at this time. This crisis will be like, people will, after 6 months down the line, people will wish I would have invested at that time, because this time the way market will boom, it will be much better than what people have seen during the COVID time, because this time the government is trying to prove that we have the military also. We are just not saying safe. We can prove we are safe. You are safe.
Yeah, definitely. And we've seen the military, as you said, and it's been performing very well. Let's talk about, the supply. Because we know, we've been coming to know that 2026, 2027 is going to be a years of some big boom in supply in Dubai. So a lot of units is going to come out to the market, a lot of new units that has been in off plan. JVC, one of the areas that are very populated now, and some more. How are you seeing these two things combined, the war now with the oversupply, or maybe bigger supply of units? How will that affect the market, to your opinion?
See, I don't see that oversupply is coming in Dubai. Why? Because if you look at the numbers of last 3 years, we were looking at around 250,000 people coming to Dubai every year. So if you look at next 3 years, the same numbers, if continues, 250,000 people coming to Dubai. So we are talking about million people coming to Dubai till 2029, 2030, with the vision of the government that 2034 they are planning. And what we are looking at, 200, 300,000 units to be delivered versus million people more coming into Dubai in next 4 years. I think this supply will be less. If you really look at the right data, right number of people coming to Dubai, this 200, 300,000 units are less. And let's be honest, where are these 200, 300,000 units coming in? These units are not coming at the prime location. Now, out of million people, let's say if we get even 50% of the people, 500,000 people coming in Dubai, not 500,000 people are going to look for 1 bedroom or 2 bedroom apartment. There will be families coming in. They want villas, they want townhouses, they want 3 bedroom apartment, they want bigger units. There is no supply. There is not much supply of bigger units. All supply, what you have is the studio, 1 bedroom apartments in different other location, which is not the prime location. Prime location, if you talk about downtown, Dubai Hills, Dubai Land area, Emirates Hillside, Palm Jumeirah side, you do not have much numbers of delivery coming into these locations.